I just realized this. I didn't even think about this. Wait. If the sea level is rising and absorbing the entire world, doesn't that just kill devil fruits? Completely? Chapter 1113. I didn't see the title. I did not see the title. Is there a title? I don't think there is. This is a really cool color spread. Oh, this is so cool. The king is a fighting piece. Incredible. Based on a reader request, the Straw Hats as chess pieces with Robin as the player. By Man Who Loves Yamato. What kind of 5D chess move is this? It's like... Is this some sort of... I don't even know. Man Who Loves Yamato requests the Straw Hats as chess pieces with Robin as the player. I don't know what our man is cooking. Top tier color spread. I love it. It's really cute. Oh my god, the little choppers. Frankie becoming a tower. I like how Frankie is the tower and Jinbei is just a dude chilling in the tower. Queen Nami? Of course. Oda always makes Nami the queen. He's been doing this for a very long time. We've joked about this. Because there's like the whole he met his wife in Nami cosplay or something. We've been joking about this for a long time. Beji cosplay? Something like that, yeah. Oh, this is really cool. This is probably one of my favorite color spreads. I'm not even kidding. This is really cool. Alright, let's go. Chapter 1113. Stalemate. The greatest brain in the world. Punk Records. Well, it's been such a short time that the coffee's not even cool yet, but... Are they all set up with their transponder snails, I wonder? 30 seconds to go, Stella. I feel a bit nervous knowing this is all going all over the world. It lives on even after your death. Is this you, Vegapunk? Okay. Final prediction. Stalemate is a chess term. Stalemate is a everything term. Stalemate just means like the winner is not decided. It's an everything term. I don't think it has to do just with chess. Final prediction. I think it's going to be a live stream of what's going on in Egghead, or it's going to be some sort of revelation regarding the Five Elders. That's my final prediction. That's what we came to last time. Let's see. What the hell is this? It is his brain. What exactly... What death... Wait, what is death exactly? Where do our ideas truly reside? That's very deep. It's like the whole, you don't die when you actually die, you die when your name is last spoken. Very true and real. This is a really cool panel though. That's cool. Video will one day connect the entire world. It will mean knowing and the discomfort of being known. Oda? What are you implying? What if it's not at Kaya's house, then no one will be... Wait, what? If it's not at Kaya's house, then no one in the village has one. Oh, right. Syrup Village USOPP's home East Blue. Visual transponder snails are quite large, you know. Right, so they're just listening to it. Okay, I remember now. It's like taking care of a very big pet. Why don't I put on some tea? Dr. Vegapunk's had a huge influence on the world of medicine too. I know, right? Like you know anything about that. Pepper, carrot, read a book. If you didn't know, Dr. Vegapunk is. I like the little, it's sort of like the Going Merry, but it's actually like to do with the dude, right? The transponder snail, that's cute. I forgot he wasn't dead in the manga. Same. Same. I just remember him dying in the live action. Same. It's kind of odd seeing him pop up now. Yeah, the transponder snail is really cute. Okay, let's see what's going on. Should be starting any moment now. Twin Capes. What was the dude's name? The one with Laboon. I forgot his name. Crocus. Crocus was his name. Futureland, Baltimore. Vegapunk's hometown. He was born here? That's right. He's the pride of Baltimore. Oh, the one from the one from the Nightmare of Baltimore. Nope, that was Frankie, and he's a ship now. Incredible. It's been decades since I saw Vegapunk. Birdie Kingdom, Chopper. So we're actually just going through everything. Line in the foreground with Sunny's mane. Oh yeah! Yeah, true! I didn't even notice that. Oh, that's really cool. I like the fact that the Nightmare of Wait a minute. If we're going through all of their training grounds, Are we gonna get Dragon? Are we gonna get the Revolutionaries? We're going through all the trading zones. Okay, let's see. People are talking about the island where Tanukichi is. Okay. Vegapunk, the father of modern science, but many of his advances are used for weapons. True. Pirate Island, full of lead New World. Never mind. Would you all pipe down? Vega, whoever is about to speak. Who? Stop trying to distract me from the fact that you rigged this game. I'm just paying attention to the background and everything now, just so I don't miss things, but I don't think there's anything like super big. Okay. Can you all hear me? Egghead New World, test. Oh my god, like Ode is actually just going to give it to us? No shot, right? Hello, this is Vegapunk. Hello world. Very cheeky. Hello world is like the typical programming thing, right? Like the first thing you would type. Just a regular transponder snail. Not only does he hide it, he fools us with decoys. Surprise, surprise, you've been fooled by the greatest scientist in the world. Curse you, Vegapunk. Come in, world. It's a one-sided hijack of the waves, Stella. I know that. Well, in that case, let's get this message started. We're about to pop off. We're about to pop off. Okay. About time. What's about to happen? What is it? Go back to sleep. A very important man's going to tell us something. Am I supposed to know who these are? Am I supposed to know, like, these people by the campfire? Because I don't think they do. Because I don't think I do. Strangers? Okay. Good. It's not stopping, Mars! I'm sorry. Vegapunk has concocted a robust security system to prevent the transmission from being stopped. Well, we expected all of this. Like, 100% obviously Vegapunk has what's it called? Words. I'm too excited. I'm too excited. Of course he has, like, a backup plan. Of course he does. Of course he does. I don't know what he knows or what he intends to say, but York claimed that he had carried on Okura's research. So he refuses to go out like Clover, eh? Does he mean to avenge Okura's loss? Okay, so it is going to basically be a continuation of the Okura incidents. I think it's to show even people living literally under a rock listening to the broadcast. Good points. Good points. Like, showing someone we don't know implicitly tells us that, like, it's actually going everywhere, even to places we don't know. Good points. What is it, Vegapunk? I can hear it. The sound of Bonney's voice begging for my help. Who's that? Jewelry Bonney. You shall not have the Navy's might. Get back, Bonney. Wait, Frankie, move it. The only one who gets to score points with Bonney is me. Just move on. Also, how many of them has Sanji kicked now? Because he kicked Saturn out of... Yeah, why is he so big? I was about to ask the same thing. Why is he so big? Because he's not in his horse form, right? He's just massive. Also, remember how we had all of these conversations? Who will Zoro, who will Sanji fight? And it seems like we're fighting all of them at the same time with all of us. Like, Sanji is fighting the sword dude. Zoro is not the one fighting the sword dude. That's spicy. And I said this might happen, by the way. I said eventually it would be very cool if we got not mirror matches as we always do, but fighting different enemies to showcase how we've developed, right? Like fighting enemies that we are not used to. I said this a while ago, so I'm very, very happy to see this. Did he knock out a tooth? I don't know if it's a tooth, but he knocked something. Maybe it's just like a splatter of blood? Whatever it is, he definitely hit him with something. Did you think the elderly get special treatments? This is how pirates fight. Croc. What is that? He's starting. Oh my god, where do I even focus? What is this? Hold it down, Oimo. Got it, Kashi. Oh, it's them. Okay, and Sanji gets spit back up. That's good. I don't know where, I don't even know how. There's too much going on. Okay, I have committed 2 sins. So Oimo and Kashi have both joined the fight as well, and they're doing good. Great. Stella. Distorted future. Who is that? Is it Jewelry Bonney? Giant-like future. So now she's once again pulling a sort of a Luffy, sort of a Nika. But like she looks even bigger than Oimo and Kashi, so I don't even know. By the Bonney's fruit still stunlocks me. The whole distorted future thing is wild. It's wild to me. He regenerates just like Saturn, so he'll be back to standing in the next chapter. I think so too, yeah. I've basically made up my mind on the fact that like all of these fights are not about beating them, it's about holding them off long enough so that we can actually get out. I think all the elders are basically like chasing forces that you can never escape, and that's what makes them like these nightmares. You literally cannot escape them, which is once again why I think if they are projections of Emu, like a nightmare sort of devil fruit makes sense, because it is a nightmare that never ends. Like you literally cannot escape it. It just keeps coming after you. Can she imagine herself have every devil fruit? I've been wondering about this, right? Because like, one of you a while back now said that her devil fruit could basically be like the more she grows up, the more like adult and the more cynical she becomes. And that's like where her devil fruit becomes weaker and weaker. Because it's like that childhood curiosity makes her strong. Right? Whereas when she would be an adult, she would have seen the world, she'd be like, it's a brutal, cold, and miserable place, it's depressing, and therefore she can't become Nika anymore. That sort of makes sense, which would also make sense why Oda chose to keep her like super young, right? Other than that though, her devil fruit boggles my mind. That she can just be like distorted future, giant-like future, Nika-like future, is wild to me. And as for awakenings still don't make any sense to me at all. Like, minus awakenings that, like, just affect their environment, those are easy, right? Like, Luffy turns everything to rubber, that sort of makes sense. What about Brook's awakening? What is Brook's awakening? Is that kind of stuff, you know? Awakenings in One Piece are still one of those things I really want to see explored. Like, what does a Logia awakening look like? I don't know. Is it just, like, turning everything around them to that element? I guess. We've seen what Logia Awakening does to Punk Hazard. I think so, yes. I think, like, Punk Hazard being completely terraformed, like, permanently, is what a awakened duel looks like. But, like, how does it actually mold their abilities? You know? Like, it's not a case of them just becoming stronger, it's about them changing on a fundamental level. So how would a Kizaru, unawakened, and awakened form look like? Is his awakening just bigger AoE? Is that it? I don't know. Because, like, Luffy's awakening fundamentally changes the world around him. You know? Something that it couldn't do before. Replicating Nika fruit. We will talk about trapping fruits, because I had a theory this past week. We'll talk about it. Let's keep going. Therefore, whether I am arrested or executed, I shall program this message to be broadcast when my heart stops beating. Sabo the Archipelago. Where is he? Where's Rayleigh? I can't see Rayleigh. I'm so shocked and sad. That can't be right. In the morning news, it said that he was being held hostage by the Straw Hat crew. Well, at least we got handsome Squidward. That's fun. Rayleigh might still be on Amazon Lily. Fair point. We'll find out, I guess. You gotta be kidding me! We're here trying to drag you off your ivory throne, and you can't just give away the story to the entire world. How am I going to sell my papers? Big news, Morgan has lost the big story. Freaking Vegapunk said, you know what, I'ma do it myself. The corrupt media, I'm gonna do it myself. Okay. I want to make one thing very clear first. Whoever may have rendered their judgment onto me, I'm not trying to convince you that their intent is evil. I will not apply the labels of good and evil at all, in fact. Based. Truly based Vegapunk. Because I understand too little about him to begin with. About him. Who's him? Emu? Luffy? Davy D. Jones? Yeah, there's not a lot of hymns. Why? I was thinking Saturn because the frame like gives us Saturn, but why like pick out Saturn specifically? Like what about Saturn would be very special? Is what I'm immediately thinking. Like, how is Saturn different from everyone else of the 5 elders? My money is either on Luffy, on Emu, or on... Well, not actually Luffy, it's about Joy Boy, right? So Luffy would be Joy Boy, but I think it's about... Well, we actually don't know if Luffy is Joy Boy, I guess. Because Joy Boy and Nika might be 2 separate things. Whatever. We'll find out. We'll find out. Move. I have no time to deal with the likes of you. Oh my god, USOPP. USOPP is facing one of the 5 elders. USOPP is shooting at one of the 5 elders. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is actually Sabody all over again. He's just like freaking USOPP, like shooting a bunch of times at Kizaru and nothing happening. Alternate translation says, don't assume the ones who strike me down are evil, regardless of who they seem to be. That is very based. That is very, very based. General template, like Vegapunk could have foreseen that the world government could have blamed someone like Luffy, so he preemptively saying that. Very big brain. Very, very big brain. I kind of like that. Like, whatever you hear, do not assume anything. That is like a very good message. Like, I'm going to tell you the facts. Don't assume anything else. I like that line of thinking. Like, because the world is going to think that Luffy killed him, right? So it could be like him saying, do not attach any labels to him. That could be interesting. Yeah, I like that. Like controlling the narrative. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I think we're nearing the end. That voice. I see. That is quite an audacious hypothesis. Nico Robin. The woman Akainu let slip between his fingers. The man is soft. The 5 elders? Well, number one, Robin, a Giga Chad. She's not an insect. She's actually a woman. And also Akainu, a man. He might be soft, but at least he's a man. He's not an insect. So, you know, gotta give him something. Do you think the real Snail is still on Okura? I honestly don't know. Why blame Akainu? He was a vice admiral. There were 5 others plus Kuzan. That is a very interesting point too. Yeah, a very interesting point. The thing about the snail being in the robot, I mentioned it briefly last time, and I like that idea, but I don't know if it makes sense with it moving. Because like my thought was like it's gonna get up, and then when it gets defeated, the message is gonna cut short, and it's gonna make perfect sense, right? We're gonna have the big robot gets up and fights moments, but we're still not gonna hear the full thing because it gets defeated. That's what would make sense. But I don't know if it actually makes enough sense, you know? Blaming Akainu though, that is very interesting. Why blame Akainu? General Commander of the Buster Call, maybe? Because I remember people telling me that like, because obviously I didn't notice this. Obviously I didn't. In the Eni's lobby flashback, Akainu is there, and I obviously never knew it. I only found out about it, like, I don't know, like Wano or something? Like, super late. Maybe it wasn't Wano, but I found out about it, like, super late. I didn't even know Akainu was there. So, it could be, like, he's responsible for it. Because I'm thinking, like, it would make sense to blame Akainu for Bonney getting away. Because if you remember, again, I've said this like a million times, but the whole my blood ran cold when you escaped with Akainu, that was post-war, right? With the whole Blackbeard thing. That made sense. Interesting. Why is everyone treating Robin so fragile this arc? Have you noticed that too? I don't know. Like, at first, like, obviously she was a bit taken aback by the whole Saul D. Goodman is alive, which was, like, very wholesome. I remember that. That was, like, a long time ago now. I guess she just got a bit beaten up. I don't know. Because a lot of characters this arc have just been sort of escaped. Like, Chopper has barely done anything. Chopper has just been there as a goofball. So, okay. I want to see what it is. I want to see what it is. Let's see. Huh? Protect Robin! We'll do whatever it takes. Be gone, you miserable worms. Oh, they're popping off. Can we... I think I just need to, like, slow down for a moment and take in the fact that we have Chopper, Nami, Sanji, freaking Usopp, and Brook taking on one of the 5 elders. I think I just need to take that in for a moment. Yeah, I wonder what, like, happened to Robin. Why she's so, like... Because Robin's not doing anything, basically. Chopper's lucky he turned the poison off. Don't worry about my boy Chopper. My boy Chopper's just fine. Look at him. Okay, let's see. What I'm about to tell you is so preposterous, you might even burst into laughter. Hey, yo. Also, yeah, Brook cut his leg off and froze it. That's pretty cool. It's just gonna grow back, though, so it's no big deal. It's no use. There are too many transponder snails in the lab. It seems there are no unique snails. Has Vegapunk created a VPN? Has Vegapunk literally created a VPN where like the signal is bouncing between snails? Think, York, think, or you won't get to be a celestial dragon. I'm Vegapunk 2. Where would I hide it? Come on! I am so confused. I'm so confused. I think, well, obviously, I think this is a Chekhov's gun. I think York is gonna be the one that cuts the... It's gonna be in the robot. It's gonna be... Oh my god, it's actually gonna be in the robot. The freaking snail's gonna be in the robot. That was one of the first things Vegapunk showed to, like, Luffy and everyone else. And she's like, I'm Vegapunk 2, where would I put it? Where would I put it? It's in the robot. And she's gonna turn it off, probably. What if it's in his brain? Okay, maybe that actually makes sense, too. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe not. I think the robot makes more sense. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. However, you all have the right to know. What happens if we destroy the power plants? Don't. We can afford the loss of all ships and sailors surrounding the island, but no one will be able to create the mother flame anymore. So he has leverage. That's good. To make a long story short, the world as we know it will sink into the sea. Climate change! Climate change is real! I'm surprised no one called this. Because we talked about this very recently, right? The sea level's rising. Is this it? That's it? Okay, so climate change is real. Vegapunk has announced that climate change is real. And the world is sinking. Does he mean that it is actively sinking? Or does it mean that because of what Emu and the world government is doing, that's why the sea level is rising? Or are those two things completely unrelated? That said, I already see in the chat, Long Ring Longland theory still stands. Now, doesn't that seem convenient? I think Davy D. Jones, the thing that is pulling everything into the ocean, is in Long Ring Longland. Wano cover story and the fact that old Wano sank into the water. Yeah, we've talked about the whole, like, the sea level is rising very recently, right? And old Wano and all of that, I feel like the idea of the sea levels rising and there being something way, way below, because, like, Water 7 was the same thing, right? Like, we've already heard many times of the world adapting to the weird climate of One Piece. Long Ring Longland, Water 7, Wano. What else is there? Probably something more that I'm forgetting. I mean, even the Cloud Islands, I guess. Yeah, this makes the whole... Wano had an explanation. Wano did have an explanation, yes. Because it was like rainwater, right? It's a bit different, but it's kind of the same. The base of the 5,000-year-old Ohara tree is weirdly damaged at its base. Water damage? Let me look at that. It's like weirdly shaped, too. But I'm thinking about the One Piece now. Like Laugh Tale. It's too early. So is Laugh Tale not an actual island? I'm gonna keep saying this. I genuinely think the Davy Jones thing and the locker of Davy Jones and all of that, 1,000,000% Oda is somehow planning to cook that in. 100%. Like, sea levels rising and the devil fruits being the thing that drag you down, it has to be related. It has to be related. This is why you need 4 road poneglyphs. If it was normal island on the surface, you easily find it with only 3 using basic math. Yes, this is what I said. This is what I said in my video, and a lot of people roasted me because I think they don't really understand, like, how mathematics works. You need 3 points to triangulate a location. Hence why triangulate, right? And basically what I assume is you need 4 of them because, you know, X marks the spine. You know, it's the typical pirate thing. So of course you need 4. But if there is a coordinates that's like a bit different, whereas like technically you could also triangulate a location with like 3 dimensions, like so you can do that. But a 4th dimension makes much more sense. Does One Piece with the crew somehow being able to reverse the sinking process and putting an end to the pirate era? The pirate era now also seems very interesting with the fact that it made people used to the water. you know? It got a lot of people used to being in a water world, which is also very sus. The fact that, like, Roger might have had a much larger purpose than just making people free. I don't think that, like, the story of One Piece ends with the pirate era just stopping completely. I don't see, like, the world being drained or something. If the sea is rising, Noah's for everyone, not just the fishermen. Yes, like, Noah's Ark now makes a lot more sense as well. Yes. Gedatsu was building tunnels around Alabasta, and people were wondering why it was important. Maybe Alabasta Kingdom never knew this information, hence why they built the tunnels. Let me look at that. I don't remember any of that. This was in a cover story, I presume? Gedatsu's accidental blue sea life? Is this what I'm looking at? I don't think so. He found a poneglyph in some weird human-looking city underwater. It was probably above water when Lily spread around them. Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that there's a lot of stuff underwater now. I think that's, like, something we need to assume right off. Because, like, to be fair, we live in a world where, like, fishmen are a thing. So I think it was always, like, always very smart to assume that there are things below ground, you know? Not below ground, but below water. In the same way that we've had sky islands. So there's, like, you should never think of the world as just the world. You should also think of the clouds, and you should also think of the ocean, you know? But now, that is, like, even more true. Like, there could potentially be things in every location we've been, but just underwater. And, like, very, very old things. One Piece is actually a post-apocalyptic world. We joked about this, like, a while back when the robot was introduced and the whole, like, advanced technology. One Piece is literally a post-apocalyptic world that has been ravaged by climate change. Wait, so you're telling me all those headlines I read about climate change will mean that I will become Luffy, the king of the pirates? Sign me up! Didn't Roger say that he arrived at Laftia too early? Yes, that's what I mentioned a second ago. It's very interesting that he means too early. So implying that maybe, like, the island itself is not actually an island yet. As in, the water hasn't even reached the island. As in, it's a landmass that's close to the Earth, not in the sky, because that doesn't make sense. We've been on Sky Islands. So it's not in the sky, but it's also not in the ocean. Very odd. If that's what he meant, of course. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that! The bridge! Yes! I was talking about seeing Dragon, I forgot about the other Robin story. The bridge. How do they know about it, though? How do they know about the bridge? Oh, I have so many questions now. Let's not forget about this. The bridge that goes to nowhere. Is it safe to assume that there is another ally of Joy Boys who gave the mission to someone to build the bridge in the same way that Zunisha is just wandering the Earth? Is it safe to assume that this bridge is some sort of prophecy that is just being built without ever anyone even knowing that the bridge is being built? Like, it's just like 2,000 years ago. Well, it's not 2,000 years, it was 800 years ago. Someone told us to build this bridge, and we don't even know why we're doing it, but our ancestors told us they're like, we have to do it, so we're just building this bridge. Oh, the magnetic pole theory? I've heard a bit about that, yeah. Celestial Dragon's order to build the bridge. Yeah, okay, so never mind. Never mind. Let me look at the wiki page for this, because now I'm just spouting nonsense because I don't remember. Tequila Wolf Bridge. Because, like, to be fair, that makes even more sense. If it was commissioned by the World Nobles, that makes even more sense. Because of course they know about it. It's supposedly Ibu's doing, right? So it's like, once the world sinks, we're gonna have this bridge above ground. Yep, you're right. You're right. Under construction for 700 years upon the demand of World Nobles. So that's what it is. So that's literally what it is. So they knew the world was gonna sink, so they built a bridge for themselves. The purpose of this seemingly impossible task is to connect various islands together, although the exact details as to why are currently unknown. Well, what islands are they connecting? That's like the thing that I want to know now. Spicy. Spicy. Just a wind project unrelated to this without a reason. After all, I don't see why it would help with the water rising. It's hard to say, like, how much is it going to rise, because, like, if we look at this, if the sea level rises by this amount, it would still be a bridge, right? And if you look at how big the ship is, it has a lot of room to grow, you know? Even the soil ground of a pillar looks enormous compared to this gigantic ship of the Revolutionary. Yeah, so this ship, I don't think, like, realistically, the sea could ever rise this much. I think this is with the intention of functioning as a bridge once the world sinks. If the entire world is sinking, they're already at the highest place. I think that's exactly what it is. I think it's to connect, and that's what I'm asking. Like, what locations is it connecting? You know? Because if it's connecting, like, let's say Marie-Joie in some way and some other island that is important for them, well, that would be very handy. There's no way this is random. I just don't buy the fact that this thing lining up so perfectly is random. Because that's the first thing that I thought when I saw it. Like, the bridge building thing is so completely out of the blue random. It has to be because of this, in my mind. Is this why Rayleigh became a ship culture? Why Crocus built a home in a whale? You might be cooking with that one, sir. You might be. You might be. Let's look at all the other Roger pirates. Roger, he's dead. Rayleigh is a ship culture. Isn't Gaban a meme? I don't think anyone knows what he's doing. He's gone, right? Oh my god, there's way more of them than I thought. Never mind. Because I'm just wondering about, like, Wano itself. And the fact that, like, the world government still didn't control Wano and all that. All of these things sort of tangentially make sense now. Because, like, if they assume... Because keep in mind, they are immortal. Right? So they're... Like, they don't plan for the next 10 years. They're probably planning for, like, however many hundred. Right? So if everyone dies... And Wano is, like, the only... Well, we don't really know if Wano is the only, but it's probably not the only. If Wano... Well, Elbaf. Actually, it's, like, one that comes to mind right away. If Wano is, like, one territory that should be safe from the sea level rising, a lot of these things sort of start to make sense why they consider themselves sort of, not themselves, but them dangerous. Red hair pirates don't have devil fruits with, will Blackbeard drown? The fact that Shanks' crew don't have devil fruits definitely seems a lot more interesting now. That said, though, I don't think there's going to be, like, a thing of Blackbeard's crew all dying because they all have devil fruits. Because Luffy has a devil fruit. And Robin has a devil fruit. You know? If it was, like, all or nothing, then I think, like, the parallels are obviously there. Right? But I don't think it's going to be something that, like, decides their fates, necessarily. Speech in chapter 274, page 11 to 12 is kind of foreshadowing this event and why Sky Islands exist in the first place. Let me look at that. This is one of those reveals that are, like, not... in my mind, the best kind of reveals are the ones where I'm like, oh, we just talked about this, and suddenly all of those dots Oda had planted connect together. It's not like a huge thing that, like, completely shifts the story. It's something we've been talking about for a long time. And that's what this is. And, like, we just talked about, like, it's been too early, so you couldn't even reach Laugh Tale. It doesn't really make sense to me if it's just about the sea level rising. There has to be... I don't even know anymore. Because I think, like, if he gets there, and, like, you just can't get there, and he says it's too early, it doesn't make sense to me. It has to be something to do... I don't know. Enero built an ark to protect himself from the disappearing ground below him? Yeah, that sort of makes sense, too. The whole Sky Island stuff now seems very... And the whole going to the moon also seems very spicy now. But I don't think, like, we should assume that they know. I don't think there should be an assumption that they know. Because why? How would they know? I can't figure out the connection. I can't. But I think there is definitely a connection between the devil fruits, the devil of the sea, Davy Jones, and the fact that it pulls things into the ocean, the fact that Emu, the devil of the world, like the king of the world, by destroying islands, raises the sea level. There is definitely a connection there. That I'm almost certain of. And if you go, like, way back in history to like the original war, like, again, these would be two opposing sides. But I don't know how those things connect at all. Weird. Very, very weird. King joins us eventually and gives us Lunarian history lore since they were the red line. What happened to King? What happened to King? I don't even know what's going on with... Where is King? What is he doing? He was arrested? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. I just remember him being beaten, and I was like, oh, El Bozo, and I moved on. And I completely forgot about the Lunarians, too. And Lunarians are super important with the Seraphim now. And Blackbeard is also some kind of special boy. Oh my god, Oda. You evil, evil man. Special bloodline, yeah. If Emu is the king and has some power that has relations with the ocean because of his name, is it possible that to be awakening a manifestation of the sea, that it has a will? I'm just like thinking of a hypothetical where, like, how would that work? Big picture wise, like, what would be the purpose of that? You know, rising the sea level. Is this like a 800-year-long plan to kill everything in the world and to become the only one above water? Something like that? I don't know. It's like, why would otherwise Emo be raising the sea level? Hiding history below depths? That sort of makes sense, yeah. It's like literally boiling a frog is what he's doing. He's just slowly but surely submerging the world? Maybe. Seems like it's weird, right? Because with them, it's important to keep in mind that, like, their time perception is completely different. So a plan that lasts like however many hundreds of years could just be like a regular Wednesday. But I don't know if I like that. I don't know. Because I still think I'm still 100% convinced that, like, all the elders have the same devil fruit. So I think sea levels rising is somehow connected to the devil fruit's weakness. I think too, and I think the devil fruit's weakness, like the fact that you can drown, is connected to Davy D. Jones. Because that's literally what Davy Jones's locker is the thing that, like, pulls things into the ocean. Do you wonder what other fruits outside the ones we've seen Vegapunk extracted? I've been thinking about devil fruits ever since we landed here. Like, the fact that the only bit of devil fruit lore we got is the fact that they're, like, made of dreams is the thing that makes me the most sad, because I was expecting everything to be explained. Everything. Where they come from, how are they made, what are their prospects, their special properties, everything. I guess on a connected note, not really connected note at all, but sort of connected note. This past week I was thinking about something, and now it sort of makes even more sense. Well, it doesn't actually change anything, but I was thinking about this. I got this idea. Because I think I was thinking about Luffy or something. I was working on a video, and it's probably not going to make the video, but I was thinking about this. Hypothetically, if you were a fisherman devil fruit user, so I was thinking of Jack here, right? So Jack in Zoe was blasted and he just chilled underwater. So I was thinking, couldn't the world government force them to get the immortality surgery and then just literally throw them into the ocean and they'd just be chilling there forever? Davy D. Jones. This is what I was thinking about this past week. Because that's what I'm thinking about with, like, Luffy, right? Which, by the way, I just realized this. I didn't even think about this. Wait. If the sea level is rising and absorbing the entire world, doesn't that just kill devil fruits? Completely? Have we seen a fishman with a devil fruit do anything underwater? We haven't, right? So if the sea level is rising, exactly, rising the sea level eliminates the possibility of devil fruit users strong enough to contest him. So yeah, in Fishman Island doesn't really count, right? Because it was a bubble. That wasn't really underwater, I guess. Because the idea came from Jack. Because Jack, I remember seeing Jack at the bottom of the ocean, and he was just chilling there, and I was like, hey, yo, what? But that's because he was a fishman, so he could breathe underwater, so he doesn't drown. But he's a devil fruit user, so he can't move. So he's not drowning, and he can't move. So he's just stuck there. Forever. Right? That's where this idea came from. But I didn't even connect the dots right now that could be the plan. To drown the world so the devil fruits themselves are no longer a thing. Ebo could literally drown devil fruits completely. Now that makes a lot more sense. Phasing out devil fruits like this, because I keep coming back to that point of why are they called devil fruits, right? Devil fruits is something that the world government came up with, technically speaking, like the nomenclature of devil fruits. That's something that is made up. So why are they called devil fruits? That is clearly framing them as evil. right? Even Luffy was told that, like, he shouldn't eat a devil fruit, it's very bad. So if the world government's goal is to get rid of devil fruits, drowning them in their only weakness, as Big Brain, going by that idea, the plan could force devil fruits to have only one place where they can respawn. By drowning the entire planet, only Marie Joie will have access to them. True and real. True and real. Which also now makes sense with Zoe. Because Zoe is a massive elephant walking above the sea, and it had a big, big tree, right? So if Zoe is an enemy of the world government and a friend of Joy Boy's, and by Zoe I of course mean Zunisha, I'm just saying Zoe. The only thing that doesn't really make sense in this entire plan, and this is actually arguable, because I was going to say the only thing that doesn't make sense in this plan is that the strongest people we've ever seen are the ones without devil fruits. Like Kaido literally said, the supreme power of the world is Haki, right? That's the only thing that is like a small issue in my entire plan. But then again, who have we seen go and talk to the 5 elders? Shanks. I hate the fact that Haki is stronger than devil fruits. Me too. I've said this a million times. I really don't like Haki as a magic system. I really don't like Haki as a magic system. I don't. But it is what it is. Luffy contradicted Kaido with his awakening, though. I don't think he necessarily contradicted him. I don't think, like, the fact that, like, he beat Kaido doesn't necessarily prove Kaido right or wrong. Like, who says there isn't someone with stronger Haki that could beat Luffy, technically? You know? I don't think it's necessarily a contradiction. Because I think Luffy's power stems from his creativity, not really the devil fruit itself. Right? Oh my god. Drowning the world to force devil fruits to respawn in Marie Joie. You know, one more thing that I feel like doesn't get talked about at all. I think we need to talk about this because it's the final saga, and this has not been addressed at all. Why have we completely forgotten about the fact that devil fruits can be fed to objects? That was what I thought was gonna happen, like, after Alabasta. I thought everyone we'd meet would have a weapon infused with the devil fruit. We've never seen that. What happened? Even Big Mom's thingy was her soul, not really a devil fruit. So what's up with weapons not being infused with devil fruits? Another thing I've thought about a lot is one of the first theories I think I threw out, even by watching One Piece series. I thought what Blackbeard was doing is getting a bunch of devil fruits and just infusing them into, like, things he can carry around, and, like, literally just absorbing as many devil fruits as he can. So he'd be walking around, he shoots fire, he shoots ice, he does a freaking earthquake, and, like, all he has are, like, rings or something. I think we talked about this, the rings. I'm pretty sure I talked about the rings in one of the videos. But the rings are not consistent. He changes out the rings, so I don't think it's something to keep an eye on. Especially armament Haki is so inconsistent in fights. It's not even the fact that it's inconsistent, it's just the fact that it's a magic system that you, by design, don't understand and can't grasp. You know, I don't like soft magic systems basically at all. Like, the way I see magic systems is either it is so soft that, like, it's just completely abstract, or it is 100% hard magic system, as it was with One Piece. Like, most of the time, right? Like, devil fruit users have one power, they can only have one devil fruit, they drown. And they only have this one select ability. That's it. And that's why I really like JoJo, right? Because JoJo's magic system is sort of a hard magic system, in a way. Like, loosey-goosey magic systems are the ones that I don't really like. And I feel like Haki is not, but I've talked about it a lot. Anyway, Vegapunk was the only one who managed to make items eat devil fruits. With the world government taking over Egghead, I could see that plot point come back. I don't remember, how was the plot point introduced in Alabasta? Because I think in Alabasta, one of Crocky's people just said that it's a recent development on the Grand Line, and they've yoinked it. I don't remember how that was even introduced. Is an Attack on Titan a soft magic system? Not really. I wouldn't say it's a soft magic system. There are only so many Titans. All of them function by the same rules. I wouldn't really say it's a soft magic system. It's maybe not as... Oh, actually kind of is. I would say Attack on Titan is a hard magic system. In Alabasta, they mentioned Vegapunk. I think they did, actually. I think that might have been the first time we ever got introduced to him. Yeah, because I think we talked about Vegapunk in post-Enies lobby, and we already knew Vegapunk. Yeah, I think so. I think you might be right about that. Alabasta. But still, it seems very odd. Like, it seems very, very odd to me that it's still just been once. Yeah. So this was talking about Vegapunk. It was in Alabasta. Wait, what? This would not be seen again until Enies lobby? Oh, didn't Spondum have a sword with the devil fruit as well or something? Yeah, exactly. There's a sword with the elephant. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So it's at least been 2 times. I've adopted a new agenda. Agenda piece. My agenda right now is this. I'm gonna become Sun God Nika for this theory. I think what the plan is, I think Davy D. Jones is relevant. I think that's where Davy Jones's locker comes from. I think he's in Long Ring Longland, but I think the ultimate goal is to raise the water and to submerge all devil fruits. And I think Davy Jones might have been the original devil fruit user. And that's why he became the devil of the sea. That's the thing that I'm sort of thinking now. Because if you... Like, let me put it this way. If you buy the idea that Oda is a Omega Chad who planned everything, Vegapunk was teased in Alabasta and in Enies lobby. In Alabasta, we already had revolutionaries, right? Dragon was already teased. So basically what I'm saying is that all of this happens where Oda is already setting up the big Vegapunk story. And it just so happens that before we get to like Water 7, there's this completely random arc that comes out of the blue and is never relevant ever again. Long Ring Longland. And the only thing that it really introduces is a Davy backfight and Davy Jones. One of the most famous pirates in all of mythos. Pirate mythos, you know. I'm convinced. This is my agenda. Laughtail is in Atlantis. Sea level rising is the perfect setup for it. Could be interesting. It is kind of curious that we haven't really touched on anything like that, you know, because we had the freaking Bermuda Triangle, right, in the Florian Triangle. So we have touched on these weird abstract places, but we haven't got like Atlantis. The closest thing is Fishman Island, but I wouldn't really count that. I don't. Because, like, obviously Neptune and stuff is there, but I don't really count that as the same thing. An awakened user of water fruit turning other stuff into water? Let me give you another theory. It's a water fruit user, and the water fruit user is channeling Davy Jones because Davy Jones is the devil of the sea. And that's why, like, he can manifest Saturn and stuff. Let's stop cooking. Let's stop cooking. We've cooked too much. We've added too much salt, too much peppers, too much everything. There are 2 sea giant corpses at Little Garden. You can see how much those corpses sunk as 100 years. Let me look at that. Yeah, it's hard to really say what was going on there. Because they're on land, right? I don't know. And yeah, when Arlong's gonna come back into the story, he's gonna be like, hell yeah, let's pop off. Emu, where do I sign up? Give me the sheet. Let me write down Arlong. Arlong pirates are signing up. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there for today. I've talked about a single chapter for an hour and 15 minutes. I don't think we've had a chapter like this in a very long time. I don't remember the last time we've had a chapter that we've talked about for this long. And this isn't, the reveal itself isn't even like anything. Like I said, it's not something we didn't know. We knew this. We've seen this. But goddamn, is this a good reveal? And of course, there's Golden Wing. I'm still shocked and sad. Arlong signing up for Emu is the most out of and in character thing ever. It is. It is. It's like Arlong's gonna sign up to someone else. Oh, but it's for Emu and submerging the world, huh? Makes sense. Great reaction confirming all of your previous theories and predictions. True and real. Confirming all of them. Yeah, that's a very good question. Like, how much do I expect? Is there actually more? Because this is Vegapunk screaming climate change. The climate change is real. That's what he's screaming right now. But is there something more? Because with Whitebeard, there really wasn't. He said the One Piece is real, and that was kind of it. He kind of died. You know? I think it's still important to keep in mind that, like, the Iron Robot hasn't really done anything. He's clearly going to, at least in some capacity. And also, Luffy basically doesn't do anything in this chapter. The next chapter could honestly be the Iron Giant. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm only now taking... Imagine just sitting like I am sitting right now. And the world's, like, literally the world's smartest man. I don't know who that is nowadays. Like, I'm not gonna name any names, you know? But let's assume the world's smartest individual, known as Koroto's Mystery Shack, pops up on your television and basically tells you, so, thing is, world's gonna sink. Bye now. And just turns off. It'd be so goofy. To make a long story short, the world as we know it will sink into the sea. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the next chapter is the Iron Giant. I think it'd be cool. And what's going on with like all the mermaids and the fish people? Is the blub blub just them swimming? I think it is. I don't think there's anything more to it. Thank you for joining me today. Like I said, a very, very, very packed chapter. I'm very much looking forward to the next one. I hope you see Kobe next chapter. I'm hoping for so many different things. There are so many different things going on in the world right now that it's insane. On one hand, I kind of don't want to see anyone else. I kind of just want to wrap this up. I'm still, like, planning a few main channel One Piece videos. We'll see if those ever come out. Because I wrote a Robin Chopper video, but then I scrapped it. The whole thing. I scrapped it entirely. It's gone. It's never coming back. I want to try and do it again. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I've got a bunch of One Piece ideas, but whenever I write them up, I'm like, I can do this again. I can do this better, and then I scrap them. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'll see you back. Hopefully for more streams throughout the week. Maybe not. Maybe yes. We'll see. We'll see if there's anything important to talk about. And if not, then I'll see you back in a couple weeks for another One Piece chapter that will inevitably confirm Davy D. Jones. Have a nice start of your week, and I'll see you back. Bye bye. Remember Davy D. Jones. He's